We've made it to the last day of 2022, and we've made it to the last day of my week of live streams. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I want to do something a little more chill. It actually feels a little bit weird not having something set up to taste today and a different topic. For those of you who have stuck around for each of those live streams this week, which was definitely out of the ordinary, I figured with having a little bit of time off from work that I would, challenge myself to put on these live streams really to get practice in terms of setting up thumbnails and doing all that type of stuff. But that was a lot of fun. It definitely was a good experiment. It kind of put me in the thinking mode in terms of getting a good idea and then executing on it in terms of the resources that I have here. The one thing that you might have noticed throughout the week is that I upgraded my video quality here in terms of everything. And this is what we're going to talk about today. I want to thank everybody who frequently watches the stuff on the channel here, because without you, there wouldn't be a channel. When you guys watch the videos, you guys get me really fired up to keep making content and making stuff that people outside of myself want to watch, and for that I thank you. So the first thing that I wanted to do today, I do have a personal story that I'm going to share with you partway through this stream, not at the end, but sometime in the middle. But what I'd like to do is, it's kind of the way YouTube channels are arranged to go back through, to ask you to go back through each of the videos that I edited this year. It would be an arduous task. You wouldn't be able to figure it out based on how my channel's laid out. So what I did was I made a playlist that is linked down in the description below, which has all 46 of the videos that I made this year that I edited that have kind of a faster pace. So if you feel like there's any videos you missed, make sure you go through this playlist. It's exclusive. I call it an exclusive playlist because, as you see here it's unlisted. But I want to walk through each of these videos, and this is going to be a chill stream, so feel free to float in and out if you really need to. But the real ones are going to stay for the whole thing, because you're going to get some behind the scenes, and that's kind of what I'm here for. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for, but I don't intend for this to be one of my fast-paced streams. I don't expect this to take all day, but maybe 20 minutes, half hour, who knows. We started off the year where I was deep in the chicken sandwich wars. And the chicken sandwich wars was an interesting series. Initially, I started it as a challenge to, on top of my regular content, include a weekly review that was a little bit shorter, a little bit less intensive editing, to taste a different chicken sandwich. They were popular at the time. Actually, the popularity was dying down over the course of that time. And I don't know what the deal was with that. But just to kind of go through, we started the year with a banger. I think I posted this the very first Monday of the new year, and I had decided that I was only going to post one edited video per week. And I had kind of given up on YouTube Shorts as well. Now, this playlist that I'm going through now, it excludes YouTube Shorts and it excludes live. But we'll talk about what we did with both of those throughout the year as well. So, elusive chicken sandwich, we started there. Then I posted my definitive how to make chicken parm that'll melt in your mouth video. It got a decent number of views. I guess I'm a little bit surprised by the 339. I thought it got a lot less. But I feel like the amount of work that I put into it, definitely not a lot of people watched it, which was a little discouraging. But it's okay. Another thing that happened is we went to this place where they boil a croissant. And that was an interesting video. It got a good response. I call anything above 150, 200 views a good responder video. Most of the time that happens when the place shares it out. A lot of places really like getting the attention for YouTube. I mean, in most cases, what I do is, whoa, where am I? Here we go. In most cases, what I'm trying to do here is highlight what people are doing. I'm never trying to tear anybody down. There are cases where a Walmart can stand to get a little bit of negative press, but I'm not trying to make anybody's life more difficult. I'm only trying to bring attention to what people are doing. And moving through that, a little bit of an experimental video. I made protein pancakes. This was one that I wanted to do with my son Noah. So that, I guess, was more of a personal project. So I can't be too upset that not many people watch that one. But here's one that is getting a lot of attention, even lately. My first pho. That one was recorded last year on New Year's Eve, and it continues to get a lot of attention. I'm pretty surprised by that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that happened, because I've tried similar title structures, and you'll see once I noticed that video started getting attention, I actually made a follow-up to that, which we'll get to in just a quick second here. The breakfast sausage video. This one was an interesting one. So every year I make breakfast sausage for our January 1st meal, which Cassie is going to be making tomorrow morning. She makes amazing biscuits. We do sausage gravy and biscuits. And this was during that week. I recorded this video, how to make breakfast sausage. And then you'll see below, there's the Taco Bell breakfast crunch wrap, which I used the breakfast sausage. So it kind of did double duty. That one, within a week of posting, got picked up in Google search and got like 700 views from Google search right off the bat. And then it kind of waned. It hasn't gotten a lot of traffic lately, but it's a good video. I stopped posting, I think, right after that. Let me see here. Yeah, I didn't go back to, so that was back in February. I didn't go back to posting recipe videos, which I know a lot of people have been kind of lamenting that a lot of my things have been straight up restaurant reviews lately, and not really as much recipe content, which is what a lot of people actually subscribe for. But I for those of you who do subscribe for that, I have over 100 recipes on the channel here that are not shorts. So there's plenty of stuff for you to do, and I even have them outlined on my main page as far as the recipes versus the reviews. So there's plenty for you. If you like food, there's something that you're going to find on the channel. Absolutely. Let's see. Then we continued with some chicken sandwich war stuff. I did Hattie's, which was featured on Food Network. Throwdown with Bobby Flay. Cool place. Italian subs were a thing that was popular in 2021, so I wanted to do a quick follow-up to that. And then here's where we did the banh mi. I recently updated this thumbnail. Tried to get something that catches a little more attention. And I tried to update the title to match the structure of that, my first pho. In this one, actually, there was a fun little Easter egg. When I went back for the banh mi, right after I got home, the owner had emailed me through their portal. And she said, you know, I see you came back. I want to thank you for your review. And she had some choice words for people who review restaurants in there. It was kind of interesting. After that, I started moving to a format that became a little easier for me to produce, where, you know, it's hard to do. Here, it's hard to do a restaurant review where you bring a camera in and you're trying to react to the food, you know, in real time, because I'm not a Guy Fieri, and I'm not arranging ahead of time to go to these places to get in the kitchen. Usually, there have been a couple of examples where I've been able to do that, including the first video of 2023, which I'm going to have some more details on at the end of this video here. But what I started doing was recording the B-roll of the meal as we're eating it, and this way it's a little bit less intrusive, and we get to enjoy our meal out and also get the footage for this stuff. And then I would do these reactions, and I started that in 2021, and I carried that into 2022, and that kind of became the prevailing format for the reviews here. And Tequila's Never Ending Mexican Feast was one of those. The New York City bagels in my area was a place called Pearl's Bagels in Albany, which was more of a reaction video. So, you know, as you work your way backwards through the content, you'll see that, you know, there's kind of a format that I slumped into because of the pandemic, where I would go pick up food. You know, it was mainly takeout, and that's kind of what I've been doing for the most part, but I've been doing a lot of IRL videos lately as well. And then here's one, I Will Never Eat Here Again. It's kind of a provocative title, I know, But the reason why I won't eat there is because they closed. So it was a really good experience. That was at the old New World Bistro, a place they rebranded called the Kitchen Table, and now they're no longer in business. Italian sub making fun of me. This is a place called Genoa Imports where they have a fat guy Italian, which I ordered. They had quite a lot of different Italian subs. Now here's where we get into a handful of really interesting videos. So part of the way through the year, I think in March, I got the big C. The C, not anything dirty. The 19 one. And I was figuring I needed to come up with a way. I needed to come up with a way to film some content, but it also got me pretty hard. So once that winded down and once I was out of quarantines and all that stuff, I started doing some contactless things. And the first of which was this Subway Vault subs. I downloaded the Subway app and I started ordering subs through that. So I ordered a handful of subs and they were pretty ridiculous. I don't hate on Subway, but you know, Subway's menu hasn't changed in over 15 years. As much as they want you to think, their menu hasn't changed in over 15 years. So they just put together different ingredients and different configurations and call it exclusive through the app. And it's just not anything special. Not that it's bad, it's just not anything special. The next one is Ted's Fish Fry, the iconic fish sandwich. I need to come up with a better title for that one because by all rights, 213 views, that one should be getting more views based on the content that's in there. That's a really good video. And I might do a I've had in my notes to do a follow-up at Ted's, and I know that the owners of Ted's and some of their social media marketing people have invited me to go back. So I do have to go back for that. And when we get to the point where I talk about what I'm dealing with currently, we're almost there. You know, bear with me here. The dog's name is Mr. Boombastic. I found this place near work that actually, they serve this amazing Jamaican food inside of a Celtic hall. I couldn't believe it. Amazing food. This place, when they saw that I posted the video, they shared it out like crazy. They have fans who shared it out like crazy. I think the biggest bump I've gotten in Instagram followers was after posting that video. Absolutely absurd. The attention that these videos have gotten this year have been a little crazy. The next one is the Duck Donuts breakfast sandwich. This is the end of the trilogy of Duck Donuts. We might go back to Duck Donuts for something in the future, but after 3 videos of Duck Donuts, I'm done with Duck Donuts. The best mini hot dog in New York. This one we got to talk about a second. Somebody stole my footage from this video and put it in their video. It's a channel called Weird History Food, and I watch their videos all the time. And I was surprised when they were talking about like different hot dogs from different states and localities and stuff. And I didn't think my footage was going to make it in there, but my footage from at least 2 or 3 videos from mini hot dogs, including this one, made it in there. I was a little upset. They got a lot more views than I did. Panera bread chicken sandwich was awful. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. Then I started finding some weird menu items. I found this chili chicken at an Indian restaurant, which I had to try, and it was good. It was weird. I think next time I'm gonna eat it in the restaurant, I think it'll be better. Authentic Mexican tacos right in my backyard. This one was a really, really cool one. So it didn't get a lot of views, but the social media impact was big for me. A lot of people were were finding me on Facebook and Instagram because the owners of this place, as soon as they saw the video, they DM'd me. They were like, "You got to come to our Troy location. You got to see our taco machine." And that's actually the video that I recorded. It'll be the first video that drops in 2023. It was going to be tomorrow, but I think I want a little bit more time to doing these live streams have kind of derailed me from getting my editing done. So I want a little more time to get it a little bit more polished up. I'm stepping up the editing, which means that I might actually scale back the video schedule a little bit to make the videos a little bit more punchy, a little bit more impactful, to try to get a little bit more out of each video. So So we have that to look forward to. But when I did go do the follow-up video, I ate inside of a geodesic dome on the coldest day of the year. It was a cool one. And a couple of these, I'm just gonna highlight a couple more as we go through here. I don't want this to be a very long stream, and I'm already making it a lot longer. And I'm not trying to keep you around. I will, in a couple seconds, I will share the health thing that I've been hyping all over social media. So stick around. The Bodega chopped cheese. Here's where you could see 897 views, and I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. The fancy New York City chopped cheese, 2.9 thousand views. I obviously when I do chopped cheese, people respond. So another early 2023 video that I'm working on is a follow-up to the recipe chopped cheese video, and I ate chopped cheeses for like 4 days straight to get the footage for this video. There's a ton of value packed into it. I basically came up with a few different variations of the chopped cheese that you guys are not going to want to miss. Absolutely amazing. A couple other miscellaneous things. The secret Guatemala menu at a New York pizzeria, that's another big one for me. In fact, I've gotten a few people reach out to me who have told me that that's like a professional level video and have wanted to work with me because of that video, which I found pretty interesting. So, check that one out if you haven't already. It's a banger. I put a lot into that one because I knew that it was going to get shared a lot. The thing is, when I know it's going to get shared, it's a lot easier to put the effort into it. When not, there's a lot of experimental things going on, and I'm trying. I don't know what the best thing to do is, but I'm trying to not only do projects like that and also do things that are a little bit more experimental and see what everybody likes. I don't want to just make videos I like all the time, because that doesn't help anybody. Pineapple on New York pizza. That's another one. I thought that one was going to get more just because of how provocative it is, but it didn't. I think I might need a better thumbnail. I thought in my head, I thought Mr. Potato Head in prison was going to be one of those things, and I guess it just didn't read in the thumbnail format. I have a lot to learn about YouTube. And here's where we start going into some of the struggles I had. So we took a trip down to New York City. We did this mole poblano with my brother. My brother actually paid for that meal. We did Levan Bakery, which is down here. Then there was my birthday, where on my birthday, I recorded the hot dog at Mike's Hot Dogs and the Bomber's 60-ounce margarita, which are this video right here and this video right here. I got smashed on my birthday. Fun one. And then you'll notice a lot of Outer Banks stuff started popping in. So there's something about balance when it comes to anything in life, and I'm in my mid-40s, so I know my time on the planet. I don't want this to sound bleak. It's more of a self-care kind of thing. If somebody were to look at what I do on my YouTube channel in a vacuum, you'd probably think I'm a very unhealthy person, and I can understand that. I've been posting 2 silly snack shorts a week, 1 edited video where I don't just order one thing. I order multiple things from the menu, and you guys see me taste all these things. There's a little smoke and mirrors to it. I don't eat everything in one sitting most of the time. If I did, I probably would be more ill than I actually am. But the one thing that happened since 2020 is that I lost the whole idea of balance got lost, and I stopped working out. I started eating. This eating is, I would say, in check, but it was the other things, where at night I would snack on a whole bunch of Oreos, or a couple different snacks, or whatever it is. For breakfast, go get a bagel or 2, and those things add up. And around middle of October, for something routine with the doctor, they started doing some checks, and they're like, yeah, you got to slow down with the carbohydrates and stuff, because you're starting to become diabetic. So it's under control, and I don't want you guys to worry, and I don't want you guys' sympathy. That's not the point. The point of me sharing is that, you know, I'm a human being just like you guys. What I do here is not intended to negatively impact my health at all. And, you know, I don't see any reason to change the pace that I'm doing for the purpose of the health, because it was the whole balance that was off. So in all that, since then I've been on medication, nothing crazy, but it's all in check. It's all good. I go back next month, and I think based on my measurements, everything's looking very good. So I'm doing a lot better. I've lost a little bit of weight, perfectly fine. So in the context of the content though, you'll see, and that's kind of what I wanted to show, is that once these Outer Banks videos started popping in, that's when I was slowing down a little bit with filming schedule. I think for Cassie's birthday we did this tattoo tacos for Cassie's birthday, where they burned the birria tacos. No, Cassie's birthday dinner was the truffle juice burger down below. So you'll see that I just posted last week. So it was around this time that things got a little dicey. This halal grub challenge I actually filmed back in September during People of Video. And then a couple of videos that I pulled to the front line were my cousin's pizzeria and Tino's Pizza. So these two videos right here are real. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. These two videos are really important videos for me. And let's talk about that for one quick second. And again, if you're here live, feel free to type in the chat, or if not, leave a comment down below. I'm doing this for the dedicated viewers. I realize that a stream that's more than 5 or 10 minutes is not going to be viewed by somebody who casually stumbles in, who knows nothing about me. So this is really deep diving into what you guys like about me and what you guys like about the content. But back in, what's going on here? I started my YouTube channel. I started being regular about it in 2018. So as we actually enter 2023, I'm in year five of making YouTube videos, and I've learned a lot. One of the first videos that actually inspired me to get into doing YouTube was Healthy Junk Food, JP and Julia, who at the time were living in Oneonta, which is an hour and 15 minutes away from me right now. My family is from Oneonta. They migrated there. My uncles owned pizzerias in Oneonta. Mama Nina's, my Uncle Frank owned. Pizza Land, my Uncle Sal Celestino owned. Now my cousin Bobby owns Sal's Pizzeria on Main Street. There's another place called Tino's Pizzeria that makes this thing called cold cheese pizza. And it's become the style of Oneonta. And JP and Julia made a video called, what was it called? It was called New York Pizza featuring the cold cheese. So you can look that up. But I watched that video and I'm like, I can make that video better. And it's not like I can't compete with Healthy Junk Food's quality, especially now that they're a multi-million subscriber channel, and I'm just some guy doing it on a Sony ZV-1 with a microphone attached to it. So I'm not making any weird claims on that. But just knowing a little more about the Oneonta pizza culture, I made these two videos back to back and they were recorded the same day as well, where I tried my cousin's pizzeria and we had to get the cold cheese pizza there. And then I did Tino's Pizza right after, again with the cold cheese. So those were a couple of fun videos. And then while those were popular, I posted an Outer Banks pizza video, which is this here. I guarantee you can get good New York pizza outside of New York. And my reasoning for posting that is because people are like, oh, it's the water. You got to get the good water, New York water, blah, blah, blah. And I can't deal with people who think like that. It's not the water, guys. It's the skills. You know, the difference in water between here and somewhere else, it's so minute. And I'm a chemist, so it's not like I understand how different it can be. Sure, within the pH range of water, there can be variations that could affect how doughs rise and stuff, but they're using the same ingredients. You can get good pizza anywhere. But I digress. I'm falling off track here. Then I made another one that was in depth, and this was kind of more of a cheat meal kind of thing, where I found the best fried mozzarella in New York. At the time, I wasn't eating a lot of sugar, so it was a little bit of a balancing act. You know, I had to count calories for a couple days to figure out how to do that, but I invited a friend, Emily, to help me make that video, and we tested Ralph's fried mozzarella against Scoobers. And those of you who have been around since 2020, when I started making the food review videos, Scoobers is one of my favorite places in the area. They clearly won this showdown, and I found out after the video posted that Ralph's recently was purchased, and I think that those aren't the same mozzarella that people have been historically loving. So that was kind of interesting. But you know, 26 minutes worth of going through this playlist just to say the amount of hours that went into all these videos, the amount of people who have taken the time to watch, like, subscribe, and all that. It's absolutely staggering, and I want to thank you for all of that. And I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you guys. During this year also, I got into, I don't know how it happened, but the YouTube official channel commented on one of my YouTube shorts. So I started doing these silly snack review shorts, where in March I came into a format of a 10-11 second video reacting to food that was getting a lot of views. So I just started getting in production mode and making them. They include my son Noah, who he loves participating in them, and most of his footage ends up getting cut. I might figure out a way to incorporate that into some kind of video at some point next year. I have some personal projects like that I'm working on, but those shorts have grown the channel quite a bit, and it's kind of amazing that the number of subscribers, I always look at it on the last day of the year, and that this might be a good place to do that. And then we'll talk about what we've done live here, and then we'll kind of wrap it up, and I'll give you a little bit of a message for 2023. So my first video, as far as what I'm calling the consistent era, the video era, was 8/31/2018, and at the time I had somehow amassed 39 subscribers. I think that how I had done that, I had a wrestling video that was getting a lot of attention from Impact Wrestling, which is now, you can't find that video anymore on my channel. And I had another one where, when I was in Italy at the Vatican, somebody jumped the Pope. Looks like my cousin Joe here. The water was the old adage. The other parts of the U.S. years ago couldn't get the ingredients we did. And that's what I think it is. I think it's the ingredients. In the early 90s, most major distributors had relays. Yeah, I think you're right. That's when we were in the Outer Banks, they were using the same tomatoes that we used to use in my dad's store. So that's I saw the boxes, and that's what it was. Thanks for the comment, buddy. But yeah, so 39 subscribers in 2018. I marked the day that I passed 100, and that was a big day because it was this day, 12/31/2019. That's when we had 100 subscribers. We hit 1,000. Actually, in 2022, 438. So we basically 4x'd the channel from 2019 to 2020. We hit 1,000 in 2021 in May. And then last year, on this day last year, we had passed 1,572. I have a couple of data points in between there, but today the current channel count is 3.38 thousand. So we've effectively doubled subscribers in the last year, and we're approaching 1 million views on the videos here on the channel. And that to me is just, I couldn't imagine having a million people watching. As far as the live streams, we get a handful of people here and there, and it's a lot of fun. I love interacting. The cool thing is, like, it seems like, because my live schedule hasn't been exactly regular, it seems like we get different people in different times, and that's awesome. I love, things like this where I could pull up the comments and things like that, and remind you guys that this hoodie that I'm wearing is limited edition and goes away today. There's a link down below to buy that if you're into that kind of thing. But as far as the live videos, the one thing that I decided was that, with all this, each of these videos takes me about 5 hours to edit, sometimes even more. So I thought about, how could I change my workflow so that I'm not editing videos for 5 hours, sometimes 10. The one that I'm going to post, I think I put about 11 hours into, the one that'll be the first of 2023. For the view counts that I get, and most videos are monetized with ads. They don't even make up for the amount that I paid for the food. So I don't want you to think I'm making any money hand over fist here. I'm trying to do what I can as a hobby and not impede on other facets of life. We have a young child that we're trying to save for college, and we have some home repairs we want to do and all that stuff. But this is kind of a side project for me. My buddy Greg, big congrats on all the great channel growth in 2022. Anticipate further growth in 2023. Keep up the great work. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate all your support through the last couple of years. I know you've been in the live streams, you've been in the comments. Given that we haven't talked in almost 25 years now in person, I think that's awesome. And I love the fact that we can now connect with people via social media. It's just crazy. So thanks, Greg, in particular. So what I started doing was, once I started to learn Photoshop, starting a new series of live reviews where I get the food, I film a quick thumbnail, and I just film a live review. Whether anybody comes to it or not, it's there for the replay. If there are people that come in and start commenting, I'll throw the comments on the screen and interact with them. But it's just meant to be, how do I react to the food? How's the food? And what I'm hoping is, I'm also experimenting a little bit with merging that format along with the review format. And you'll see the next couple of videos that I did in my home, I did in this exact spot using a lot of the same equipment. So it'll look very similar in terms of all that. Candy Apple TV, hello there. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. So those reviews are going to be kind of like the live reviews, but also edited, so that I want to see, do I need to put as much time in terms of editing into the videos, or can I be more of myself? I feel like when I edit, I take out a lot of the fun moments. And we got Joe here, labor of love, keep going, get it to break even. In terms of some videos, my chopped cheese video, I made 10 times the amount of money I spent on the ingredients for that. So that's a big win for me. And I appreciate you saying the production's grown. Even changing this camera that I'm using for the live stream. So a little bit behind the curtain's right here, by the way, if you couldn't see that. I was using a Logitech webcam that, in my head, I said that the quality of this is the same as my main camera. Knowing full well that my main camera can stream by just pushing one button and plugging one thing in. So in my head, I defeated myself. And in terms of the quality of those videos could have been so much better. So we switched to this camera this week. And I realized how much of a night and day difference it is. But the intent is, we got this camera, we can use it live, we can use it for edited videos. So let's see, in terms of the ones where I react to the stuff at home, let's try to merge those formats so that I'm not spending all this time editing. It's not that I don't love editing, it's just, it's a lot easier to not have to edit. And I like interacting with people too. It's great to be able to see people come in and out and everything. So there were 3 facets to what we did on YouTube here in 2022. The video on demand was huge. People are still finding the videos through YouTube search, and recommendations are starting to pick up now. So people are starting to see them on the homepage when they open up their YouTube app or the YouTube homepage on the web. And that's kind of cool because that's where the big growth has been. People who the videos match their interests. So that's kind of a cool thing. We have YouTube Shorts, and those get spread to a lot of people very quickly. So that pulls some new people in. And now they're being able to connect the recommendations between Shorts viewers and long form viewers, which is going to be great. So we're doing that into 2023 as well. I figured out a way to recycle some of my old footage so that I could do some voiceover. And the one thing I'll say in 2022, the big change, I started watching a channel called Best Ever Food Review Show. This guy named Sonny makes videos where he goes traveling all over the world. Better production than Food Network. I would highly recommend this channel, but a lot of what he does is voiceover. So with all the voiceover stuff, I've now figured out a way to take my old footage, videos that got 10, 20 views, recipe videos, where I can now post it as a short and get 10,000 views in an hour. And that's really cool because that helps bring new people into the channel and is a new way for me to actually explore editing and, just different ways to present this stuff. I'm having a lot of fun with that. So 2 silly snack reviews per week, 1 recipe per week in short format. And then I think I'm going to scale back. I posted 46 videos on demand in 2022. I think I'm going to try to shoot between 26 and 46 this year. So I don't think I'm going to quite do weekly, but we'll fill in with the live reviews as well. With the goal being, I want to interact more with you guys. I'm going to come out. So this is the merch that was exclusive for 2022 in terms of the hoodie. I'll still keep the other, I have a shopping bag that says Making a Mess and also a t-shirt. And I'll keep those up, but not the hoodie. The hoodie goes away tonight. And it's a nice and thick hoodie. I'm actually right next to a ton of bricks here that are cold as hell. It's nice and warm, which is awesome. So, don't hesitate to pick that up. I get a couple of dollars here and there, and that'll help me to put it into the channel. Everything goes back into the channel here. Whatever comes in through the channel goes back into the channel. And we'll keep up with that pace, guys. And I think that's kind of what I'm looking at for 2023. I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart, all of your attention, showing up to watch the videos, on the first day, the first week, the first hour, all that stuff. It means so much. It helps so much get these videos out. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I said at the beginning of the video here, without you guys, there would be no channel. It gets me so fired up to see people get excited about the videos. We, seeing you guys in the live chats, it's absolutely amazing. So thank you. Happy New Year. And I look forward to what we're doing in 2023. I have a lot of stuff planned. You guys are going to absolutely love it. Again, Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next video.